here in I would say the late 50s, sorry, early 60s. They came here, and I would say they left me and other siblings in Jamaica. After, I think it was after 10, 15 years they've been here, we followed. And so what happened when I came here, I went to school in Mosside, Burley High School. And from there, I decided when I left school, I had a job, a secular job type of thing. And I decided, listen, this wasn't what I want. I wanted to go into business. I've always had an interest in business. And I thought, how am I going to go into it? And I did devise a plan without any knowledge in business. And I took the chance, and it worked. I started out on the market, funny enough. And from there I decided my father was in the baking business. And he was working for some of the local bakeries. And I remember asking him one day, saying, I'm interested in that because I want to go into that. I want to later on develop that. And he said to me, if you want to learn, you have to come to one of the bakeries that he was working at, or he was helping out. So I did. And from there I picked up the idea of baking, and I've done that. And I decided to open a shop on Claymont Road. After the market, I was doing market a few days of the week. And then from there I decided to literally own the shop. Bought the shop in Mosside. And from there set up a bakery. It was hard, it wasn't easy. I think much of the funding I had to do it myself. I remember going to the bank, funny enough, and asking the bank for a loan. And this was the bank at the top of Claymont Road. What he said to me was, you want to set up a business in Mosside? I said, yes. He said to me, he smiled and said, there's no black business in Mosside. So how and why you want to set up? I said, I just feel and believe it will work. Bottom line is, he didn't give me the money, because he said he didn't see no black business in Mosside that are of an example, that are an example that he would be able to lend me the money, to give me the money. What he's basically saying, because there is no other black business in Mosside, he can't see an example of a black business to justify him giving me the money. He didn't. And I was, funny enough, I was speaking to a friend of mine who was in insurance business, and I told him about it. I said, I want to set up in Mosside, I want to come to Claymont Road, because there's a building on Claymont Road that I see, and I want to own the building rather than renting it. And funny enough, I went to the guy. There was no sales sign on the building. I just asked the gentleman who had it. It was a young couple actually, and I asked them if they were selling, because they weren't using the shops. It was an ex-cafe, but you can tell the shop wasn't occupied. And they said, oh yes, we want to sell it. And what happened, I told my friend, and he had a friend in Liverpool who was working in the bank. And the friend in Liverpool rang me and asked me about it, and I said, yes, I'm interested in it. And he repeated himself, do you really want to open up a business in Mosside? And at the time, Mosside was very hot. There was a lot of things going on in the 90s, in the 80s and 90s. So he came down, he looked on the building, he didn't stop, he just looked from his car and drove off and drove back to Liverpool. And then he came and he asked me again, do you really want it? I said yes. And he made it happen. And I eventually got the building, and I set up the bakery business from there. It was a little slow, so I decided to add a grocery section to it just to pick up speed and to make it work. So it was a little difficult. There were times when I thought to myself, you know what, I want to pack it in. But then I thought, if I do it, what example am I going to set? You understand? Especially with the bank manager telling me that there is no black business in Mosside, and he weren't able to give me the money because there was no black business there. So I just plod on to now, 2021. I'm still here, and now I've created Mark Fresh. Now I've got Radio Diamond. It's an internet come DAB based station